What's that you say? Keeping it real. Keeping it real.
Of Love, Lust, and Run, and so many other things.
And so many other things.
Stacy, you're like really incredible. I mean, your history is giant.
I mean, really, that's coming from you. That's very kind. Thank you.
But it's true. Take this one because I'm always loud no matter what.
No matter what.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm used to you being on my show.
Yeah.
Not the other way around. Clearly, everything that we talked about really stuck.
I know. Jonathan, you gotta fix that. It just kind of twisted. The camera over here. It's fine. We're a little more guerrilla. So
This is more guerrilla filmmaking than I'm used to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Because, there you go. Now fix it a little more.
Now I think you might want to turn it so that it's
My regular people are, it's a long story. Jonathan is filling in and he's doing a fabulous job. Yes, he is. Yay, Jonathan. So, yeah, let's talk about Love, Lust, or Run because, it's happening right now, and I see you're already casting your next season.
We're talking about the next season, which is very exciting.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Love, Lust, or Run. Obviously, you were.
I
like to call you a collaborator.
Okay.
On it, not a victim or anything else.
Okay.
I think, the idea obviously is to have people come on the show who want alternative, modes of fashion at their disposal, or at least being able to see themselves in a new way.
Yes.
And the show has just premiered a couple of weeks ago on TLC to incredibly high ratings. So that's very exciting because probably a lot of people are going to watch you. And as you may have noticed, your picture was on The View.
I saw it. And
wow.
Do you know how I found that out?
No, but I just saw that you posted it.
I did post it because the craziest thing happened that morning. This friend of mine, Allison, who used to be my drummer, and she's a very good Allison, texted me at 10:30 that morning and said, "You're going to be on The View today." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? How am I on The View?" And she said, "Aren't you going to be on that makeover show?" And I'm like, "Yeah, Stacy's probably on it." And she says, "Well, my friend works at The View, and she saw the clip before the show aired and recognized you and told me, and I'm telling you, you're going to be on The Blue." Yeah.
Oh, I want to see
So it was
it's online.
That's how I found out. So I was like, "Mom, guess what? It's going to be on." And when I saw it, it was 2 seconds, right? Yeah. So my mother's like, "No, it was 1 second."
I know. Thanks, Mom. That's always no matter what you do, it's wait, you got a 97. Where are the other 3
Yeah,
points?
but she did say that she's been seeing you on The View.
I have been on The View quite a bit.
A lot lately.
Recently, yes, which is great. I mean, they're the most wonderful people in the world.
So you're turning into one of the girls.
Oh, well, I don't know about that, but I'm very happy to sit at that table whenever they invite me.
Yeah.
And I did What Not to Wear for 10 years.
Yeah,
on TLC,
yeah. Hello. Everybody knows What Not to Wear.
Everybody knows What Not to Wear. And I guess, I was a fashion editor before that.
Vogue
and
Mademoiselle.
Yes, you remember everything.
I do.
And the reason that you and I bonded so much that first day that we met, we started talking about Stage Light and Brony.
Yes, I worked for Brony
and Ian.
Ian. I was
Yeah.
all down there. I mean, I live in London, but I remember taking the train in, hiding in the bathroom, and then coming down to Danceteria and the Peppermint Lounge, watching the tramps.
Peppermint Lounge was the best.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because I grew up in New York City, obviously, and I got into clubs at 15.
Of
and,
course.
You could even say you were 15 and they would still let you in. It was so weird.
Well, I had the worst fake ID, and I never expected it to work. It was so bad that nobody thought it was fake. It was so bad that people they just all said, "Okay, you're you."
I didn't even have a fake ID.
I did.
Yeah, I don't know that I ever got one. I always thought that it seemed really shady. I wasn't that creative. I was not very good with arts and crafts.
Yeah.
And I couldn't afford the people who
I never got a good one like my kids got.
Right.
Kids today get really expensive ones.
Really?
Oh my God, it's ridiculous.
Well, I assume that has to do with all the things that you can fake digitally and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
So back to your show, though.
Oh, okay.
So I have not seen my episode
Oh,
yet.
I've seen it.
I know. I'm scared to see it.
Don't be scared. It's so cute. It's so cute. It really is. It's one of my favorites.
Well, it was really fun having the experience of doing the show. I really.
Not that any of it stuck.
Well, I didn't put my bracelets back on.
And you're not wearing a dog collar,
And I'm not wearing,
as far as I can tell, or
I'm not.
shoelaces as necklaces.
No, I didn't wear those for you today.
Listen, I appreciate it. It's baby steps.
It is.
Yeah.
And because I did want, glamorous long hair, so I had these extensions that matched the hair that you gave me color-wise, which I never was able to wear these before because it never matched my hair.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and now that my hair...
I'm sorry. And now, wait, do you have
You guys dyed my hair.
I know we dyed your hair.
So I had extensions of that color that I never could use because they didn't match. So I had them, and now I'm learning how to use them a little bit.
Right. I was going to say, are they in now?
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
not entirely
My hair is short because you guys cut it all off.
Yeah, but but then you're wearing partial
I know.
extensions. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Listen, I do believe in individuality.
I know.
Freedom of expression.
Oh, I know you do.
I do. What I care about is people making sure that the way that they look isn't so off-putting that they don't get what they want from life.
Yes, I agree.
And if you want success,
You're
you want to be
pretty.
off-putting.
Yeah, and you have, you're able to say that because what you have going on is pretty, I'm in awe over it. It's true. You have a lot of cool stuff that you work. Now I'm wondering, like you said, your childhood was tricky,
Yeah.
because you had, health issues and whatnot.
Yeah,
Now,
and dad's skin disease.
Yeah, and it reminds me of my daughter and myself. We have
psoriasis.
Yeah, we have psoriasis.
Oh, wait,
And,
we're allowed to say it, right?
Yeah, why not? It's not even the PH word. It's the It's the S. It's PS.
It's PS. It took me forever to learn how to spell it, and now
I know. I still spell it wrong.
Yeah, I think I might have told you, but this last year I was diagnosed with psoriatic arthritis,
Right.
which is that you get it
comes
as
with
a
it.
result of psoriasis, and it's sort of like rheumatoid arthritis. And I had no idea how painful or awful it was until I finally had like an actual flare.
Wow. Yeah.
It's a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, it is. But
I'm
what I
really
was going to
happy.
ask you is, do you think that because of the childhood, like your adulthood got lucky?
Oh, no, not at all. I think that my childhood affected my direction towards things that were perfect and pretty and sparkly and glamorous because I didn't feel like I was any of those things.
Right.
And luck, luck is hard work and being in the right place.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't necessarily just believe in luck, but
Right. The work, you have to know the what, so when you meet the who,
right,
then
exactly.
the luck can happen.
Exactly, and the root. Exactly.
Uh,
But I do think that part of it was also, Steve Jobs had that great speech about connecting the dots backwards.
Okay.
And for me, that really was the case. I went to Vassar and I studied philosophy and German literature and psychology, and I was very interested in the concept of self and identity. And then I went to WhO, where nobody cared about Nietzsche or Heidegger or Hegel or
Right.
Kant. Nobody cared at all. They were like, "What was that collection like?"
Right.
And I learned how to style photographs, and I worked with Irving Penn and Stephen Meisel and amazing fashion photographers. And then I really started to feel very narcissistic, very vain, very materialistic. All the things
Like
that
the devil wears Prada.
a little bit, like all the things that you don't want to have happen. All of your insecurities,
Right, exactly.
and being able to keep up with trends or whatever. And I got fired from Mademoiselle, which I recommend that everybody do at least once in their life.
Gets fired.
It changed my life because I got fired, and I thought that I had ruined my life, and
Right.
that fashion was everything. And then all of a sudden, I got asked to audition for some weird show I'd never heard of.
That's
It was a
incredible.
British show, and it was coming to America. And would I audition for it? And it turned out to be What Not to Wear. And what I realized was that all of the things that I'd done before, everything I'd learned in fashion, how to style people, how to dress them, and all of the research and all of the studying that I'd done about self and identity, all came together so that fashion could be something that had nothing to do with vanity, but everything to do with self-expression and
Right.
self-esteem.
Yeah.
And I finally, sort of found my calling in life.
Now, with Love, Lust, or Run, did you create that show?
English show.
Yeah, I saw
Yes.
it. Snog,
Marry,
Marry.
Avoid.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it
on
is.
Monday,
Yeah,
so I
It
know
is.
some.
Somebody just sent me a link to that this week.
Okay.
And I was like, wait a minute, this
But
sounds a lot. It's different,
It's
though.
different. Well, I'm an executive producer on Love, Lust,
Okay.
or Run, so we made some creative choices that
But
were
it didn't
different.
come from that.
Absolutely, TLC bought that format, and
Okay.
we started playing around with that
Yeah.
a little bit.
I never heard of it until this week. Somebody sent me that
All
clip.
right. No, yes, Not Marry and Avoid.
Yeah.
It is quite a fun show to watch because they do you make under.
Yeah, that's what this
Well,
is.
that's what
exactly.
we did.
Yeah.
I mean, that day.
Well, like, it's not that I didn't like it. I loved it in pictures.
I can't
I
wait
know.
to see what it looks like.
First of all,
It's on Friday night at
9:00 on TLC.
Yeah.
Only on TLC.
yeah.
But the thing about ReW, and I would like to say this about you.
Please do.
Okay. ReW one is, she was very raw material to work with. I mean, there are very, very few women that I saw as beautiful the minute they walked in the door, just because you also have such a beautiful spirit. I knew that you would be beautiful no matter what. You have a hard time seeing yourself in any other way than this sort of rocker chick thing. It's true.
Yes.
So I think it was a worthwhile exercise to kind of,
Like, I
play
can
with
look
it.
at myself in the pictures, and the pictures I'm fine. But in the mirror, I just can't handle it.
It was a very interesting
so
reaction.
weird.
It was
It's
a
so
weird
weird.
reaction. I was a
It's
little bit
just so-
upset.
I
because-
know, and I felt bad that you were
Well, you're not
upset.
supposed to feel bad that I was upset. I felt
But I
bad that
do,
you were upset.
and I feel like that stupid commercial right now. Like, are you? Blah, 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 blah. But I do. I felt
I felt like
bad.
I gave you crabs.
No, you.
I'm sorry, but that was such a funny
It was
story.
1970.
Oh, it was one.
Same as me.
Fantastic.
In another lifetime.
Did
Another
you ever have crabs?
Never had
Oh,
crabs.
you're so lucky.
Sadly, I've never had crabs. And when it was so funny when you said,
Sadly.
because I feel like there's a good story attached to that.
I never had crabs either.
I mean, at least when I was like a cool rock and roll person, you could be like, yeah, whatever.
Oh,
But none of that has ever happened to me. But the funny part was that when Alan said he was telling his crab story, and he said it's National Soup Day, I was like, where are you going with that?
Pig soup.
Then you moved into chicken noodle when I thought you were gonna be like, oh, it's like crab.
Crab soup.
Oh, that would have been funny.
I don't know.
It is National Homemade Soup Day, and it's National Stuffed Mushroom Day.
Right.
So we like to give
national. Right.
whatever the food of the day
I
is.
want one of
You want a root
these.
beer? You
Yeah.
got it.
Can I take two?
Yeah.
'Cause,
Do you have a skeleton in your closet that you'd like to share?
Oh God, it's so
Ah.
With you, it's so interesting because I always thought that being on your show, it was so ironic that my song is Skeleton in the Closet, and it was like, going into my closet, and my whole closet is one big skeleton. Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
I know, exactly.
But skeletons in my closet, it was very funny. I did sort of a mentee mentorship video today with a 19-year-old who is one of the most impressive women that I've met in a really long time. And I felt like I was the mentee and she was the mentor. And she was there to ask me questions about how to be successful in life. And I really felt like I had nothing to say
Wow.
because she's so accomplished. And when people say you're accomplished or you're successful,
Yeah.
look at all you've done.
It's like, what's next?
Great.
I
I have a hard time sort of.
See,
So
taking
then
that
you
in.
do also. So you're telling me that I do. Hello.
Yeah.
I know, exactly.
We teach what we need to learn.
Exactly. But I have questions for you, and one is, so do you believe in plastic surgery or aging gracefully?
Well, I think you can. I don't think they're mutually exclusive. Actually,
Right.
I
Okay.
think if you have good work done, then you are aging gracefully.
Right. Yeah. That's.
But
Okay.
what are the choices? When you have bad plastic surgery, you're aging no matter what. I mean,
Exactly.
you either grow old or you're already dead. And
Exactly.
so my feeling is I want ageism to go away.
Me
And
too.
it's really actually quite important to talk about. If you look at the fashion industry this season,
Yeah.
Joan Didion for Celine, Julie Roberts, who's my age, for Givenchy, Charlotte Rampling for NARS. You have older women who are absolutely beautiful out there representing. And I hate to think that it's a trend. Beauty to be something that we can see and experience in people, no matter their size, their age, their color. I mean, it doesn't matter. There's beauty in everybody. And the fact that advertising doesn't have to be about youth, wealth, or being thin, I think is really a plus.
Yeah.
And no pun intended.
Yeah.
But I do, I really believe that aging gracefully has much more to do with the way you carry yourself than what your face looks like.
Yeah.
And also that we, in this society, we're sort of a relatively young culture, Americans.
Yes.
And we don't revere age the way it should be revered.
Like in France.
Right, but in like almost all ancient cultures,
Yeah.
being revered meant your elders were the ones who were wise and that you went to for counsel. And
Right.
that's what life experience is all about. And I hate the fact that now that our lifespans are expanding,
Right.
you know, we're going to live to be 100.
Yeah.
That you know, we're especially as women, we're taken for granted after 40. I think that's bullshit.
Yeah, me
Am I
too.
allowed to
Yeah,
say
you
that?
are.
Okay.
I have a serious girl crush on Helen Mirren.
Oh my God, who doesn't?
Okay, and I have a serious boy crush on Sean Connery. Now these are people in their 80s.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
Well, Helen Mirren 67, but it should look.
but who wouldn't look at Helen Mirren and go,
Yeah.
she is just sexy beyond belief.
Jane Fonda.
Jane
Yeah,
Fonda.
she's amazing.
I mean, those
Did she go to Vassar too?
No,
I think she got kicked out for running around naked.
it's entirely possible.
Yeah, she was. There was a tea party or something,
Oh,
and
right.
they said
and she
wear
wore
it
white
gloves.
gloves.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she got kicked out, but Meryl Streep went there, yes.
Ah.
That's a cool ladies
Yeah,
that
it's a
went
beautiful
there.
school. So another question I had for you is like you had all those great costumes in your promo. It's
Did you
almost
like those?
upsetting to me that you got to dress up like that in all those things. It was almost
Yeah, but it was all couture, you know?
yeah, that's what I'm saying, but that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
I know.
realized
See,
that
that was kind of like the outfits that were just like
the plastic dresses.
that.
and-
Yeah,
and the leather.
that
there was
looked
the leather
so.
unitard.
So, did you have a favorite?
I did. I actually love the goth look. It's the look that most people tell me they hated the most on me. Interestingly, with the blonde and black wig.
Yeah.
But I kept the wig.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, I did. I thought it was fantastic. And the idea that, you know, it was Mugler and we were doing Dolce & Gabbana.
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing.
It's that
The way
all that anti-fashion turns into fashion.
Well, right.
That's
It's
how
all
it
your
works.
perspective.
Exactly. It's true. So, did we get a skeleton from your closet?
I kind of avoided that question because
Evasive.
I very sort of tactfully moved away from the skeletons in my closet. I do have a dinosaur T-shirt.
Oh.
Is that a skeleton in my closet?
Sure.
T-shirt?
No, it's not a Barney. It's from Museum of Natural History nerd that I am.
Aw.
And it has dinosaurs on it, and I won't throw it away even though it's totally unfashionable and it's actually made for children.
Well, that's okay.
Really?
You're asking me?
I
got
know. Why
a
not?
T-shirt made for
But
children?
no, I know. I thought you were saying that's okay. Like it's okay to have that skeleton in my closet, or you
Yeah.
wanted something like really down and dirty.
Well,
Well,
Like,
that would be fine.
Like Mickey.
like you. Sadly, like Alan,
Did you ever?
I've
Steal
never
anything?
met a Chinese hooker.
Did you ever steal
Oh.
anything?
Oh my God. Okay, yes, that I'll admit to. I
Okay.
did. I shoplifted. I did a lot. Actually, I had a little bit of a problem when I was like 5 and 6.
Okay.
There was this pharmacy on 8th Street and West 3rd Street and 6th Avenue. I can't remember the name of it, but
The Bigelow?
no, it was McKay.
I remember McKay.
Remember McKay?
I do.
Okay, so they had these little pot of gloss lip glosses, and they were on the bottom shelf in this like little cardboard box, and I would go in and I would look at the colors, and then I would just pocket them. And I finally got caught and in so much trouble.
I
But
hate
then I
that.
started stealing weird things, like in stationery stores. I would go in and I would find the diaries with the locks, and I would just steal the key.
Oh my God, that is so evil. That is so funny.
It's really weird and like OCD and weird.
That's funny though.
I don't know why. So
Did you ever have a diary?
Oh my God, I've had a diary since I was 6 years old.
Really? You've got 1,800 keys for it.
I have no keys because none of them have locks.
Right.
Strangely, I only stole the keys from diaries that I didn't own.
That's funny.
It's weird. That's a weird, quirky skeleton in my closet.
That's a good
and,
one.
And you definitely heard it here first.
There
and
you
not
go.
On the View.
There you go. So, is there anything that you'd like to just tell people, just in general?
Well, I guess just in general, one of the reasons that I wanted to be here, specifically, was because I felt like such a wonderful bonding connection with you.
I know, I feel it too, and I really like you a lot, Stacy
I
London.
like you a lot too.
I like you a lot.
And it was, partly because we were reminiscing about New York in the '80s, and it was such a kind of magical time here.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that when I went to parties where guys would light hundreds and then light cigarettes,
Yeah.
and then throw the money away, that wasn't real life. I grew up in New York. It was a weird time to grow up in New York.
It was a great time.
It was
I feel so lucky because it's never going to be like that again.
You're never going to get cocaine like that again.
And you're never going to have no cell phone, no one knowing where you're at, no one posting it.
You could do whatever you wanted, and nobody would take a picture of you.
New World Order.
I mean, not that I know from personal experience, but
Yeah, exactly. So, what website do you want people to stalk you at?
Oh, I don't, so I don't have a website, believe it or not.
You don't have to.
Well, I'm on Instagram, and I'm on Twitter, and I'm on Facebook, so I guess they're all different. On Facebook, it's Stacy London Official. On Instagram, it's Stacy London Real, which, because another woman named Stacy London has Stacy London, and who yelled at me on Instagram and said to me, "I'm as real as you are." And I was like, "I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to insinuate that you weren't. It's just we have the same name." I should have said official. I think official is a better name. And on Twitter, I'm just Stacy London.
Oh, you are a triple threat. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
And I am about to seriously. It tells me I should Snapchat. I don't know why.
So then, do it.
Yeah, I mean,
you have a lot of followers.
Here's the thing.
People love you, Stacy London.
Well, thank you.
They do. What do you do about haters?
I usually retweet them and I let my fans talk to them instead.
Ah.
I usually say thank you for your input.
Really? Okay.
And then let other people.
Nice.
That's good.
Yeah.
I
mean, I don't listen. Here, you know what? Joy Behar actually taught me something very important. She said, if you're going to be in the public eye, know right now that 10% of the public is going to hate you.
Right. Exactly.
You're never going to be everybody's
You're never
cup
going
of
to win
tea.
everybody over.
That's right, because you're not a jar of Nutella.
Yeah. Exactly.
And even I don't like Nutella.
There you go.
Wow.
I'm not a chocolate.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd rather have pizza flavored stuff to eat.
Nutella.
So I hope we get to hang out soon again.
We will. I'm going to come to one of your gigs for sure.
Yay. I'll be here Sunday, but I have lots of other gigs lined up too. Yeah, I'll be at Otto's right here, Grammys.
Oh, great.
We're going to
Fantastic.
be here, 9 o'clock,
When are the Grammys?
Sunday.
Oh, okay.
We're having them
Sunday?
here. Yeah.
Wow. It's amazing that I don't know that. I stopped tweeting fashion commentary really about red carpets because now everybody's just so styled. It's something fun to say. But the Grammys is the one that's always a little bit wonky because people get a little crazy. I mean, it's the music industry, so
It's still pretty tame and polished.
Well, comparatively.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I was a governor for 2 terms.
Oh.
Paris. Really? And it was too much red tape.
I find it really. I did the red carpet commentary for the Grammys once, and I found it just to be a little bit wilder.
That's good.
Than
maybe we'll
Academy
be there
Awards.
one day.
I'm sure you'll be there one day.
Oh, that would be nice. That would be nice. One person tells me that. You're the second now. You're little Bobby. Yeah, I know.
Right. So I came in after Bobby. So.
That's the second. No, it's fine.
I know, but I always there's only one first place. Only one can win. And so Bobby beat me to the punch in terms of who told you that you would get to the Grammys.
No, that's not true.
No, there's only one first place.
No. Would you like to push a button?
Okay.
Nice. It's Australia.
That's all I got.
Yay!
Fishery too.
Stacy London!